Welcome to the NOFSRL. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 16 in season number 7 of the NOFSRL Turkey Hill Truck Series. We are here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This, the South Point High Roller 400K, and the penultimate race of season 7 here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. We are far from clinching a champion here today, as coming into this race, there are 7 drivers with the opportunity at taking the points lead at the end of the day. And this championship's going to go down to the wire heading into next weekend's finale race at Homestead. But either way, I'm joined alongside Derek Hamill for the first time in over 3 years. Great to have him. And Josh Williamson also on the call here for the second race of 2021. And this championship is really heating up. Our defending champion Fisher G comes into this race the points leader, but Derek, he starts deep in the field for this race. What is he going to have to do to maintain the points lead here today at Las Vegas?
He's going to have to help that car around this quad oval here in Las Vegas. Starting in the back at a 1.5 quad oval is not the best thing to do, but this track is a bit of a conveyor belt race from what I've seen recently in NR. So he's just going to have to hope that happens.
We're just going to have to see what does happen in this race here today. Of course, we've seen a lot of big wrecks at Las Vegas in the past here on Napa Fam. And Josh, do you think we'll see another one here today? Obviously, this is the penultimate race of the season. Do you think these guys are going to go a little bit harder out there on the racetrack than normal?
Well, definitely they're going to be going harder than normal. We are getting to the tail end of the season, so tensions are already high to begin with, and throw in the championship battle. But I'm hoping we don't see that. We're going to see a lot of good racing here at Las Vegas, but they may push it to that point where a whole field wrecks, but hopefully that doesn't happen. But I would not leave it out of the equation.
We're just going to have to see how it all goes down here today at Las Vegas. That's why we race, and got a lot of interesting stories coming into this race, especially with the point standings and with who's up front as well. But first, in the point standings, Fisher G, still the points leader with a 15-point lead ahead of last week's winner, Sebastian Kukulon. Kukulon has won 2 races already this season. He is looking very strong in the number 98 machine. Stacy Stickler only 16 points behind, and I would imagine going into Homestead, it almost looked a little bit worse for it, but now that she's only 16 points behind with 2 races left, considering that Fisher G starting deep in the field, she might still have a very good chance at this championship. Joe Rutkowski's been hanging in there too, 22 points behind. 2-time winner Colton Neo, 24 points behind. Owen Miles won a race this season, 25 points behind. And Christopher Alfie was the points leader earlier on, not too long ago, is now 28 points behind, but all those drivers still within a race of point, and the gap is 40 points. If you are 40 points behind someone, you still have a mathematical chance at tying them for that position. So if anyone leaves this race 41 points or further back from the points leader, they will not be eligible for the championship next weekend at Homestead. Let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off here from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Ethan Lewis going to be starting on the pole position there in the number 53, and alongside him is our last winner here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series, Sebastian Kukulon, who won last week at Homestead, looking for his 3rd win of the season, and the championship lead heading into the track he's already won at this season. Watch out for Kukulon as he has a 2nd place starting position here today at Las Vegas. Jesse Turner won the Cup race here back in February of 2020. And he's still yet to win a race in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. He's starting 3rd alongside Atlanta winner Scott Upton. Elijah Gordon, Chicagoland winner alongside 2-time winner this season Chase Buck. Keegan Thompson alongside Dale Lightning. And row number 5 sees the number 8 of Eli Bright to the inside of Alexander Rowe. Derek and then Josh, who do you guys think is going to go to victory lane here today in the South Point High Roller 400K?
Well, I could do the bias pick and pick my car, but I have a feeling Jesse Turner's going to get it done. That number 75 machine. He won back.
I have a feel. I'm sorry.
He won here in February in Cup. The last February in Cup. Can he do it again here in Truck?
I have a feeling it's going to be the man right behind him, Elijah Gordon, there in the 12. He won at Chicagoland, a track similar to this. I think he's got underneath that Quaker State number 12 what he needs to get it done once again.
We're just going to have to find out how it all goes down. There's a couple of Cup champions on the inside lane right there, but you also got Kukulon looking for a championship of his own here in the trucks, and he's also won a Turkey Hill Series championship before. A very stout field up front as we get the green flag here in Las Vegas in the South Point High Roller 400K. Coming off a turn 4, not much action up front there. Top 4 now single file as Ethan Lewis takes the race lead. Turner and Gordon battling for second. Turner's going to hold off that second position for now. Here comes Elijah Gordon to the inside for the second position on Jesse Turner. Turner's going to work that outside lane. The outside lane through turns 3 and 4 is very strong, but through turns 1 and 2, the inside lane is where you want to be. We got Scott Upton battling there with Keegan Thompson there for the 5th position. And Chase Buck is up here as well, looking for his 3rd win of the season and only his, I believe, 11th start of the season here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. We're going to have to see what he can do later on down the road, but Ethan Lewis continues to lead for Velocity Racing.
Right there in second, Jesse Turner and Elijah Gordon. Oh, Sebastian Kukulon getting right against the backside of Gordon there. Could we see him potentially make a move down the front straight away? Not going to be able to quite, but things have remained very calm up front. I'm shocked that they've remained this calm. But, Turner's starting to draw back into the lead as we see side by side behind. But back up front, it is Jesse Turner on the backside of Ethan Lewis. Going to try to make a move off into the 3rd turn.
As you can see there, 75 Justin Turner trying to make a move on that 53 machine of Ethan Lewis. Couldn't get it done that lap. Could get it done this time going to turns 1 and 2.
Jesse Turner trying to get around this 53, but Turner, this series has been the unluckiest series for him. He's almost won a Turkey Hill Series championship, has won a few races over there. He's won a race in IndyCar before, and of course he's won the Daytona 500 and the Chick-fil-A Cup Series championship in the past as well, and he's also a 20-time Napa Fan winner, so one of the all-time winningest drivers in this series, or in Napa Fan, I should say, but not in this series, because he's never won before in this series, and good opportunity for him here today, but Elijah Gordon looking for his 2nd win of the season, looking to the inside of him. He's going to take the 2nd position away right there. Here comes Kukulon, though. And the way things are currently running in the championship, because we mentioned Fisher G starting deep in the field, he is still stuck back in there. Same with Alphabet and Rutkowski. A lot of other championship contenders back in the field, including Stacy Stickler there. This is a huge opportunity for Sebastian Kukulon, and the way they are currently running, Kukulon would take the points lead heading into Homestead next weekend. He's looking for 2nd on Elijah Gordon. Thompson's looking for 4th on Turner as Turner continues to fall back. He had a good run at Homestead last week, but fell back and did not get a good finish in that event. He definitely wants to turn that around here today at Las Vegas.
He might just be able to do that. Kukulon is running very well, but you're not seeing a lot of guys able to make passes right now, which has helped him because he hasn't gained positions, but he has not lost positions either. Settled down in that 3rd position, everything still remaining very calm as they come off of turn number 2.
As you say that, you see the 41 machine. That is Keegan Thompson trying to make a move to the inside. Jesse Turner going to, I believe that's 3 and 4 right there. Not quite able to get by this time, but he's going to have another shot. Prime overtaking opportunity. As I say that, you see the 8-car VLI Brett trying to pass the 35 machine. That's not going to work out, but he has a prime overtaking spot going into 1 and 2.
Everybody's kind of stuck in this single file line right here, and it's, maybe I shouldn't mention IndyCar at a place like this, but it is playing a lot like an IndyCar race, and thankfully a lot slower and much well-built machines for this style of racing. Do have a pass back in there as Ashlyn Boyd moves to the inside of Eli Bright. And the fuel window here is roughly about 27, 28 laps. And of course, tire wear also comes into effect here. So I think as the tire wear begins to increase on these machines, that inside lane may work a little bit better through 3 and 4 than it did earlier on in this race. Kukulon tried to get the inside through 1 and 2, couldn't get it to stick, and he may lose a position to Jesse Turner right there. Elijah Gordon able to hold him off, and Turner will, in fact, get around the 98. Still side by side. Turner's going to try to get the advantage and clear him entering turn number 1, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. A lot of help from Kukulon from behind.
Well, I guess I spoke a little too soon when I said things were getting a little calm. Here's Kukulon and Turner still side by side. This is good stuff here at Las Vegas. Turner fighting back on that outside, trying to clear, and even behind there's Thompson and Bucks side by side. And up for third, give it to Jesse Turner as Thompson's going to move to the inside of Kukulon. They're going to be side by side just barely, and now they are fully side by side going off into turn number 1.
That was a good move there to Keegan Thompson, and Kukulon really losing it right now in the 98 machine. He may have used up his stuff getting up there to that 3rd position, and now he has fallen back to the 6th position in the number 98 machine. Meanwhile, Elijah Gordon on the close in on Ethan Lewis, but Lewis has led every lap so far here in this race. And that was a common theme at Homestead last week. We did not see a pass for the lead on the racetrack. Maybe if you want to count that first lap, but after that first lap, we did not see one pass for the race lead on the racetrack. It was all down the pit lane, and we could see that next week as well, and we're seeing it right now here in Las Vegas, but Elijah Gordon is looking strong. How about Keegan Thompson in this one? Had a bit of a tough season here in the trucks, 30th in points coming into this race, obviously out of championship contention, but he would definitely love a lot of momentum heading into the Cup Series next season, and we don't know where he's going to be next season in the NOFSRL Cup Series, but we're definitely looking forward to see where he lands for 2021. And I have a feeling he could have a pretty good year. He won the 1,000th race on Napa Fan back in October. For the lead, Elijah Gordon to the inside of Ethan Lewis. He's going to try to power the inside on the 53. They're going to be side by side off the corner here on lap 14.
Looks like Gordon's going to be able to get the spot. He is almost a truck length ahead. Now behind, you see Thompson and Turner are going to go side by side off into turn 1. Gordon is going to clear for the lead. Thompson trying to dive the inside of Turner. Turner will clear him back for the 3rd position and even get to the inside. What momentum by Jesse Turner down the back straightaway.
That 75 machine sponsored the U.S. Air Force. Aim high. That's what that driver's doing, trying to get by Ethan Lewis and have lost star racing Toyota right in front of him.
Not going to be able to get that momentum off the 53. Thompson going to move to the inside of him right here. We'll have to see if he gets that momentum on the inside. Doesn't look like he's going to clear him off the corner, and if Turner can hold the outside, he may be able to keep this 3rd position. And Ethan Lewis right back to the back bumper of Elijah Gordon for the race lead. And Ethan Lewis is going to look to the inside, but they remain in their respective positions. Thompson's going to get around Turner there for 3rd, and here comes Scott Upton. A lot of these guys are looking for their 2nd win of the season, like Elijah Gordon. Scott Upton there in the number 0 machine. Chase Buck going for his 3rd win of the season. So we do have a few guys who have won races so far this season. Ethan Lewis, as far as I know, has never won before on Napa Fan. I could be wrong about that. But relatively new to Napa Fan racing, and I do not believe he grabbed the race victory when he drove in the Hers Dash Series last spring. And we'll have to see if that streak continues or if it changes here today. It's looking very good for the Velocity Racing driver behind Elijah Gordon. But Gordon is a 2-time Cup champion. He's going to be hard to pass here at Las Vegas.
Gordon is holding straight down there on the inside. He did a good job of blocking Lewis on entry into turn 1 and 2, and that held Lewis up just enough. Looks like Thompson might be able to make a move down low into turn 3. Turner starting to gain a little bit there in the 4th position as Lewis fights to the outside. Thompson lost momentum there on the inside, and Turner looked hip. He tried to make a move down the front straight away. Not able to get there, but Thompson will try again on Lewis into turn 1.
Ethan Lewis trying to close in here. Keegan Thompson and Scott Upton joining the top 5, and a couple of dark horses to watch out here in this one. Upton's going to make the move on Turner there. Closing in on halfway here in the South Point High Roller 400K at Las Vegas. Lap 20 of 42 right now. 2 laps from now will officially be halfway through this event here in Las Vegas. There goes Ashland Boyd in the 44. He's to the inside of Jesse Turner for the now 5th position as Scott Upton has taken 4th away. And Chase Buck is a guy to watch out for here. He's a 2-time winner already and hasn't even run the entire season yet. Go through the field, check in See where everyone is on the racetrack, including our points leader, Fisher D, who is still mired deep in the field. Same with Alfie, same with Stickler, same with Rutkowski. Colton Yo is a little bit farther ahead. Owen Miles also mired deep in the field. The only guy who's having any sort of decent run outside of Kukulon is Colton Yo there, and he is currently in the 18th position. But Kukulon has also fallen back, and remember, he had an issue earlier on, and he's been falling back ever since. He's now in the 15th position, so none of the guys who came into this race in the championship contention are having a good day here at Las Vegas. Well, a bunch of guys who particularly haven't had good runs this season, dominating here at Las Vegas for the time being. Elijah Gordon leading this field. Here comes Keegan Thompson, looking to take second from Ethan Lewis. Scott Upton is here as well, and Turner's still holding on in the 5th position right now. None of these guys are in championship contention. They're all going for the race victory here today at Las Vegas.
Would be really cool to see someone who hasn't had a particularly good season get up there and get a win here at Las Vegas. That seems to be the case of what might end up happening, as Lewis, what a run down the front stretch to the inside of Gordon. Not quite going to get there to the inside of that Quaker State 12, but that's going to hold him up enough to where Thompson will close in there from the 3rd position. He'll make the dive on the inside, and if these two get side by side and slow enough, here comes Upton in the 0, and looks like that is going to be what happens. Slowed him up just enough, and Upton will make the move down low the front straightaway.
Jesse Turner there in the 5th position, looking to strike if these guys slow each other down. But it may come down to the cycle of pit stops that we're going to have here very shortly. Here's Turner's teammate, Eric Monaco, who, remember, had a dominating performance in the Hers Dash Series last spring. Haven't seen much of him this season in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Here he is, currently running in the 9th position. Chase Buck has fallen back to 10th. And Kukulon, we'll see where he is still running in the 15th position, a couple positions ahead of Colton Yo. So the way things are currently running... Oh, we got 3 wide and in the wall. Upton and Turner get involved. No caution yet. They keep it straight, but Turner's shot at winning this race is going to end right there.
Oh, no. That is heartbreaking. Only on lap 25, I believe, as well. You really hate to see that. Jesse Turner was trying to get his first career win this series. His rotten luck here in Turkey Hill Truck Series action continues here at Las Vegas.
That is such a heartbreaker right there.
Yeah, it looked like they may have not been done just yet. They looked like they may have been about to go 3 wide going into turn 3. Fortunately, they didn't. But up front is still Elijah Gordon, Ethan Lewis, and Ashlyn Boyd now has moved up to the 4th position as a result of that, and is trying to close in on the lead. Keegan Thompson there in 3rd, as well as the 67 of Dale Lightning, who was actually in that little crunch-a-bunch on the closing laps at Armory Digital. He was the lap car that slowed up, and Eric Monaco, we talked about him earlier, was actually involved in that, as well as Christopher Alphaby, knocked him down in the points, but he's there in the 5th position having a better run, and now Landon Smith Jr. to the inside of Eli Bright back there. That is for 7th, and for the lead, here comes Lewis in the 53. Elijah Gordon going to try to clear him back, though, and Thompson might be able to make a move as well.
Yeah, Ashlyn Boyd was a driver who just stuck his nose in the middle of all that, forced him 3 wide, and now here he is, moving up to now the 2nd position, as I believe we're going to be seeing these guys hit the pit lane very soon. We are. Ashlyn Boyd in the 44, Ethan Lewis. Lewis is going to come down. That was a tight one, and Boyd in the 44 looking to lead a lap right here. And I don't think he's going to get that one. Elijah Gordon beats him at the line. So a couple guys coming down, including Upton and Turner, but they're effectively out of this race now that they're in the back of the field. Only 5 guys, I believe, came down, 6 guys, I should say, down that time. But Ashlyn Boyd, how about this? He almost won at Homestead last week. Well, now here he is with an opportunity to win here in Las Vegas. So I think a lot of these guys are going to be coming down this time by. Looks like Elijah Gordon's going to stay out. No, he is going to power on the outside and just take that lead right away. Landon Smith Jr. stays out. That was an Andrew Miller move right there. Remember Auto Club in the Cup Series last February, which, hey, I had lunch with him earlier today, so might be why Elijah Gordon made that move. We'll just have to see if that gives him the race victory. It gave Andrew Miller the race victory in that Auto Club race last year, and that could give him a huge advantage on the rest of the field, because I think that 44 of Ashlyn Boyd may be the fastest truck out there right now.
Keyword there is maybe. After these pit stops, this whole race could fall apart. That's happened a few times here in real life and on NR, from my experience watching it, which could end up being a heartbreak for him, like we've seen with Jesse Turner early in the race.
We're going to have to see if Elijah Gordon can beat him out. It's going to be a tight one. I think Boyd may get the advantage here off the pit lane, and he will. And he was effectively the leader before Gordon overshot him on the pit lane, so Boyd going to hold on to that. Watch out for the 53 of Ethan Lewis, though. He has all the momentum now that he's been out there for a flying lap, and he is going to surpass the 44, or will he? Yes, he will. Ethan Lewis going to take the race lead away on lap 31. And he's going to leave Ashley Boyd in the dust just a little bit right there. So Lewis, coming down one lap earlier, may give him the advantage in this race, and it may give him his first career Napa fan win. 11 laps to go next time by here at Las Vegas for Ethan Lewis.
There's the 5 Landon Smith Jr. coming off the pit road. Lewis will surpass him. There's Ashlyn Boyd. And goodbye, Landon Smith Jr. He tried the overcut. It didn't work. He's not going to end up winning this race. Ethan Lewis is out of here right now, but we'll see if Ashlyn Boyd can close in to, I believe that's just about a second lead over Ashlyn Boyd that Ethan Lewis has.
It is 1.27
seconds.
So we're going to have to see if Ashlyn Boyd, Elijah Gordon help each other out, and they might be able to bring in Eli Bright. See if they can close in on Ethan Lewis in this one. Dale Lightning, Chase Buck, Eric Monaco. Landon Smith Jr. is going to get a pretty good benefit out of all that. Alexander Rowe, I should say, in the 77 to Keegan Thompson with his teammate Isaac Nichols right behind him there. That is the top 11. Bartow up to 12 from memory. I think he was partially caught up in... Never mind, he wasn't. Andrew Williams is 13th. Kukulon still holding a decent run. This is going to help him. He's going to gain points on Fisher G, and I think at the end of the day, that's really all that matters in this championship. Alonzo, Dan Park, Louis Sankela. There's Colton Yo trying to gain a little bit on Fisher G. Mason Brown, number 1 of Trey Smith, Braden Perez, Audra Baranowska, Stacy Stickler, Brandon Nelson, Joe Rutkowski, Owen Miles, Stuart Gratton, Zachary Fitzwater, Logan Williams, Christopher Alphabet, Igor Barreto, Nicholas Samedeo. There is Turner deep in the field with Silas Orta and Fisher G practically in the last position. Scott Upton, who was involved in that little accident, currently at the end of the field. Everybody still on the lead lap, and Elijah Gordon has surpassed Ashlyn Boyd and is closing on Ethan Lewis for this race lead.
It went from 1.27 seconds from Ethan Lewis to Ashlyn Boyd. It is now 1.87. Now, actually, 1.48 between Ethan Lewis and Elijah Gordon as he continues to close in. So we might
0.48. So it's half a second now from Elijah Gordon to Ethan Lewis, and clearly that number 12 is closing in. Gordon looking for his second win of the season and his first of 2021. I don't know where he's going to end up this year, if he's going to end up anywhere on Napa Fan in 2021. But hey, why not start off the year strong with another race victory here in the NOFSRL? He is right on the back bumper of Ethan Lewis for the race lead. Lap 36 of 42, 7 laps to go. Who's going to get it done here in the South Point High Roller 400K? There goes Gordon to the inside for the race lead with 7 to go here in Las Vegas.
I think after the adjustments in that pit stop, I think Elijah Gordon might have the truck he needs to win this race, as long as he doesn't use up his stuff or get too comfortable in that lead. He's got to know to hold on, and he did that at Chicagoland. This is a similar track to it again. He could do it again, but Ethan Lewis has been fast all day long, and Ashlyn Boyd, who's come alive late in this race, now there in the group as well. And Eli Bright, where did he come from there in the 4th position? He's got a shot to get up there and win the South Point 400K.
Ethan Lewis trying to hang on here. I think that number 12 is a little bit faster, but Ashlyn Boyd, Eli Bright, they're also in contention for this as well. Dale Lightning. This is a great run for Dale Lightning. Great to see him have a strong run, and don't know where he'll end up being in 2021 for the Cup Series. He may actually join North State Racing as they have a 3rd entry coming in for next season. So he could be in the 67 over there as well. He could be in victory lane here, but that top 4 looking pretty stout right now. They're led by Elijah Gordon with now 4 laps to go here at Las Vegas. Who's going to get it done in the High Roller 400K?
Wow, look at that. Ashland Boyd making a move to the inside of Ethan Lewis there. Ethan Lewis's car seems like it's falling off, or truck rather is falling off here in these last few laps. Maybe that car isn't set up for long runs.
Might not be. We'll just have to see if Ethan Lewis can hold on to a top 5 here, but I don't know if he's going to have enough to get to Elijah Gordon. 3 laps to go here in Las Vegas for the number 12 and Trans Tasman Racing. Noah Clifton, the owner of this team. The team is going to be rebranded to Blackhead Motorsports. Actually, NS Blackhead Motorsports, as they're joining forces with Nathan Stapleton and his team in the Cup Series next year. They would love to have this momentum heading into the Cup Series for 2021. 2 laps to go for Elijah Gordon in Las Vegas. And it's Ethan Lewis in second. Eli Bright going to take third away from Boyd. Here comes Dale Lightning in the 67. I think Lewis is the last chance to win this race outside of Elijah Gordon here at Vegas, and they've been the 2 most dominant guys of this event. 1.5 laps to go for Gordon. Lewis is starting to close back in again. Will Velocitar Racing get it done here today at Vegas? We're going to have to find out. White flag in the air for Elijah Gordon here in the high roller 400K. Will the number 12 get it done, or will it be Ethan Lewis in victory lane for the first time ever?
Lewis has a huge run there. We've seen Gordon have that run back when Lewis had the lead. Will Lewis be able to play the Uno reverse card on him? Down the back straightaway for the final time, ahead for turn 3. Elijah Gordon leads the way.
Ethan Lewis going to try to close in, but there's not enough space, not enough room, not enough time. Second win of the season, Elijah Gordon back in victory lane once again for the first time in 2021. He wins the South Point High Roller 400K at Las Vegas. If I'm not mistaken, this may be the first time Gordon has ever won here. The Diamond at the Desert on Napa Fan, and he gets it done in the Turkey Hill Trek Series Season 7 in the second race of 2021. Solid race
Good for
there
him to get it done
at Las Vegas.
Feel.
Elijah Gordon getting it done ahead of Ethan Lewis, Eli Bright, Dale Lightning, and Ashland Boyd. And as for Turner and Upton, they're involved in that accident, 35th and 36th. But look just ahead of them. The points leader heading into this race was Fisher G, and he will finish 34th. Kukulon finished 20 positions ahead of him. And even though we thought Kukulon should have had a better run in this race, that run will be enough to give him the points lead heading into Homestead for the finale next weekend. But he's only going to have it by a couple of points, and there are going to be a ton of other guys still in contention for this championship heading into Homestead for the 44-lap finale next Saturday afternoon. How about that race, guys? Start off with you, Derek. Elijah Gordon getting it done here, but what do you think's going to happen next weekend at Homestead in the finale race of the Turkey Hill Truck Series with all these guys in contention for the championship?
Well, we've seen today that huge championship implications happen anywhere, anytime in the season. As you can see there, Fisher G with an absolutely horrid finish. I have a feeling it's Kukulon's title to lose right now. He's going to have the points lead going to Homestead, track he won at last weekend. I think Kukulon's the odds-on favorite at this point in the season.
Yeah, what do you think, Josh? I mean, obviously Kukulon didn't have the best of runs here, but he won at Homestead last week. Do you think he'll be able to pull it off again and win the championship?
I think it's likely, and Fisher G did not exactly have a great run at Homestead. He ran to the back of that race too. So he does not need to start at the back, because if you start at the back, you see what happens here. He finished 34th. Kukulon, well, he didn't win. He finished 14th, but that was enough to get the points lead. And if this was the finale, hey, that would have been enough to get Kukulon the championship. But we still got one more race. Kukulon, he on paper might be the odds-on favorite, but Fisher G came in clutch when it mattered most last season, so I wouldn't exactly count him out either. He might end up going back-to-back.
We're just going to have to see how it all goes down. One final race. Hey, we're finally going to get this darn series done. We began this back in August. And we're finally going to crown a champion next weekend from the Homestead Miami Speedway. The season, actually, I don't know what the sponsor is going to be yet. 250. 44 laps, which actually is a little bit more than 250, but since it's the finale race, I want to be a little bit longer than everything else next week. Should be a great race there from Homestead. Obviously had a great race on New Year's Day when Kukulon went to victory lane, and I expect another great one once we head back there for the finale. And then And the signups for the Cup Series and National Series on the Discord only, like I've mentioned multiple times before. Like I said, you know, I'll remind everyone here soon. That'll be the Friday after the finale on the 22nd of January. And then the 29th of January, it's preseason Thunder testing for the Cup Series at Homestead Miami Speedway live right here on AG Racing. But either way, we got a lot of guys who are going to be in contention for this championship. I'm going to show you guys the points right now. Thank you to Derek Camel and Josh Williamson for calling the race with me here today from Las Vegas. And congratulations to Elijah Gordon, once again a winner in the Turkey Hill Truck Series season number 7. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week for the finale in the Turkey Hill Truck Series Championship. Who will be your champion for season number 7? Will it be Kukul on Fisher G, Stacy Stickler, Joe Rakowski, or somebody else? Find out next weekend at noon Eastern Time, right here on AG Racing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Here are the points for the Turkey Hill Truck Series after 16 races with 1 race left to go, and I will see you guys later.